All right, just got this box in the mail, and it is pretty big. I'm thinking this is probably my rear diffuser. They said it wasn't supposed to be here till next Friday, but I got this big box here today, and I think it's got to be my diffuser, so I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to open it up with you guys in just a minute on Dad's Garage. All right, here we go. We're crossing our fingers that this is a rear diffuser. See how good my cameraman will do here. Sometimes he's only 10 years old, so sometimes he gets like goofy and forgets things and gets distracted real easy.
Looks like it.
It feels like it.
Oh, it looks like it, actually.
Feels like it.
Oh yeah, I can tell what it is because of this part right here.
Yep.
Oh, yep, it is.
We have a rear diffuser. All right. Now this one is an Ikon Motorsports is the brand of this one. So for the moment, we're going to set this thing aside. So we've got to pop this little pin out. They make tools for these, but I don't have one, so we're going to use a screwdriver. So we are going to grab, I'm going to grab up underneath so it stays put, and I'm going to put these pliers on it. There we go. Now we're getting enough leverage to get this thing pulled out. There it is. There's the first one. All right, now let's go to the other side. If you can reach up underneath and grab a hold of it, it works better because it doesn't start pulling it through the hole, because that makes it just super tight. And then this doesn't want to come out at all. So if you grab up underneath a hold of it, you're going to have a lot more success getting this thing out. There we go. That one worked better than the first one. Maybe it's because I was more experienced at it better. All right, so there's that one. Then we're going to have 4 bolts across the back here that are 7mm. Okay, there's one. There's 2. Three. And 4. See, a 10-year-old can do this job. Now, what we've got to do, that these are all loose, is we're going to pull this down a little bit in the center. You're going to get a lot of gravel and stuff that comes out that gets caught up under there. Start on this end. We're going to pull this thing down because it snaps in place.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Coming off easy.
Now we need to do the other side.
All right. The stock diffuser is off.
Now we need to get the other diffuser.
And line it up where it's supposed to go. and we're going to snap it into place. You don't want to hit it. Just gently push, and everything should go right up into place. We're just going to push this baby back in. There we go. Okay, there's one. Now we're going to go to the other end. Okay, we want this thing just barely in here. Right back in the same hole. There's that one. Yep, and impact please. Good job, he reversed it even. See, that's a smart kid right there. There we go. One down.
Next one is where?
Right here. Alright, so it appears the center screws are too short.
Oh yeah, so...
Yep, too short.
So what are we going to do about it?
We're going to have to find some other screws. Let's try this other center one. Yeah, so this is a lot thicker than the factory one in the center. And it will not screw on because you're going through not only this piece of plastic, but there's another piece of plastic right here. And it will not go all the way up in there. But on the ends, it's not going through that. Actually, 3 pieces of plastic. Because you have this piece, then you got the bumper, and then you have a plastic piece here that is in the 2 centers. But on the end ones, you're only going through the bumper and the diffuser. So it makes a big difference. And this thing doesn't come with any hardware, so. Alright, that's good. So now we just got to figure out these 2 center ones here. And that's going to flop around without it. So we got to figure out some longer screws. So we're going to go over to our bin and see if we can find something. So
I found one. Nope.
That's way too long. That might work if we have to make it work. Just cut them off.
With that new Milwaukee tool.
See if we have anything though first, because this looks like close to the right size.
What is that? The level?
Caliper.
Oh.
So 0.153, 0.158. I think we can make that work.
Yep, probably.
I think what we're going to have to do is just, I'm going to look first just to see.
Just in case we do have it.
So we can avoid cutting.
What about this?
No, wrong kind of thread.
But we can make these work?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to make those work. And I don't see anything else that's threaded anywhere close to that.
Patchy. We need
now, if you haven't seen my other videos on this, we do a review on this tool. I've only had it for about a month or so.
We probably used
a review on this. this Milwaukee. I love that it's cordless. It's so convenient when you're trying to work.
Perfect. I got some glasses on. Well, I'm gonna.
All right, so we need these things to be a little longer. So we're gonna make them about that long.
Okay. Now we're doing that one?
Yeah. So obviously the best solution would be, before you start the installation, go to O'Reilly's or AutoZone or wherever, pick you up 2 of these for the center 2. Again, the 2 on the ends work fine. The push pins on the ends work fine, but these center ones will not reach when you put this diffuser on, so you're going to need something longer. So best solution, go to your auto parts store, get this exact same thing about a 1/4 inch longer, and you are golden. Alright, so we ran into a little snag. For one, our camera overheated, which I'm going to do a follow-up video on this DJI Osmo Action, because this is my biggest beef with this camera, is it overheats and shuts down on you. And we were only videoing for like 15 minutes, and it got up around the lens here. There's a little lens cap. It got hotter than a firecracker, and that's what always happens. So anyway, that's a whole nother video. But on this one, we ran into little snags. So where we left off, we had the bolt issue. So we found some bolts we thought would fit. They seem to be the same diameter, but apparently the thread was wrong. So when I ran the screw up in here, this plastic is so thin where the little nut is that it just ripped it right off the car. See if I can get you enough light up here. Alright, so I've lost my cameraman. I don't know where he went to. But, so we're going to have to figure out, how do we get up here? We may have to take this whole thing back off so we can get enough slack to get up in here. Or we might just run down to O'Reilly's and see if they have this in a longer. In fact, that's what we're going to do, because honestly, that is the simplest solution to this, since this one's not messed up yet. So we're going to go down to O'Reilly's. We're going to catch us a longer one of these, and we're going to fix this the right way. We'll be back after we get back from O'Reilly's. Alright, we're back, and we have another problem. So we've been to O'Reilly's. They don't have any such thing. There's nothing they have. We tried everything that was even close. It's not a number 6, it's not a number 4, it's not a 4mm. The 4mm or number 6 seem to be close to fitting the hole, but the threads are different. So they have nothing. They looked in their book, and the closest thing that they think it might be is they show like a 4.2, and they're not even sure, is that millimeter or what is that, but it shows to fit some Chrysler vehicles. But they don't have it. That's not going to work for us tonight, so we're going to have to go to plan B. So what we've had to end up doing now is taking this piece off. This is actually what the diffuser attaches to, and this is, look at how flimsy this is. That's why this one broke off so easy when that screw wasn't the right size for the threads. It just ripped it off with nothing. So to me, it's just amazing that this is holding on apart to a car that, you know, it's going to have this much air coming under it at the speeds that this car is capable of. So that just kind of blows my mind. So this looked like it was going to be about a 10-minute job until we ran into the issue with the bolts in the center. If you pull one of those bolts out and find some longer ones, just a 1/4 inch is all you need. Find longer ones before you start the project, then this thing, it's a 15-minute job. So it's quite easy. But if you get into this kind of problem, then it's not easy. Can't find the longer bolts. One of them, of course, the plastic broke. So just to kind of show you real quick what we did here for tomorrow. So we took and JB welded some 6mm fender washers with a 6mm nut on the back side, and we did that on both sides. So then all we'll have to do tomorrow, when we put this thing back up under there, we're going to use those 6mm. I have some stainless 6mm over there that we're going to run up through there with some fender washers on it. And that should finish this project. So we should be 15 minutes away from finish at this point. I can't see any more things that could happen at this point. But anyway, we're going to let this dry overnight real good, get good and strong, and then in the morning we're going to come back and put this thing together. All right, we're back this morning. It's Saturday morning. We're going to finish up our project. I think this is a perfect example of projects in general. They don't always go right, and then we have to come up with a plan. We have to come up with an idea on how to, resolve the problem. Seldom in life do things go exactly the way they're planned. So, we got to improvise and be creative and come up with an idea. So that's what we've done. We're going to get this thing together this morning. We probably only have 10 more minutes, and we'll have this baby all back together and looking pretty awesome. So here we go. We'll get back at it. All right, we're about to go underneath here. We're going to get these last final things finished up here. Get these 4 nuts.
Perfect.
The thing that is nice about our little modification is it's a lot stronger than the original. So I guess there's some good that came out of it. So now we just have to tighten down these 2 7mm that are left. All right.
That looks good.
Project's done. Just kind of a quick recap. Ikon Motorsports Diffuser, about $100. You can find them on eBay, Amazon, their website even. If you need the part number or something, just hit me up. I'll be glad to share it with you. It's really good. Some of the other videos I've seen out there show people drilling and stuff. I didn't have to do any of that. So again, the only issue that I ran into were those 2 center bolts. 2 push pins on the end, 2 bolts, 2 more in the center. The 2 in the center are not long enough from the factory. The factory diffuser ones. Factory diffuser is a little bit thinner, so they won't reach when you replace that diffuser. So go pull one of those out. Go find one, or find 2 of them that are 1/4 inch longer before you start the project, and this thing will be done in 15 minutes. If you don't, you're going to end up messing something up or having to improvise like we did. We ended up, making a little mess, but again, that's just kind of life, you do projects and sometimes that happens. And the important thing is, how do you fix it? How do you come back from, the mistake or whatever? So we ended up spending probably an hour on this, not counting the wait time for the JB Weld to dry. Ended up really with a stronger attachment than what would have been from the factory. So that's a good part of it. But at the end of the day, it's a success. It looks great, and even with all the little problems that we had, we still ended up with a project that took 1 hour. And again, this can be done in 15 minutes. You just need to get those 2 center bolts before you start, or those 2 center screws before you even start this project. And then this is a 15-minute deal. I mean, it was so easy. So anyway, hope you enjoyed what you saw today. I hope it was helpful in some way, and we'll catch you next time on Dad's Garage.